Hey there, this is Troy Baker, and this is a piece of Schmidt.
Hello and welcome to this episode of the Piece of Schmidt podcast, the podcast where we sit around this table and muse the world's greatest quandaries. I haven't said that in a while.
Yeah, because it's been the taste of Schmidt.
Yeah, we're back from the Taste of Schmidt experience. To my left, Wes Baumgardner.
Hello.
To my right, James Kircher.
Hello.
And behind the camera, my wife, Becca Schmidt.
To the side of the camera.
Hello and welcome.
That's my line.
Your wife, I can take it. What's yours is mine.
And what's mine is mine.
Yeah, what's mine is mine. That's correct. Very accurate.
And I am the Piece of Schmidt, Aaron Schmidt. Of course, if you like what you see, head on over to YouTube and Facebook and give us a like and subscribe and share with your friends on the tweets and the Instagrams. Support the show on patreon.com/derail. Throw us $1, $5, or $20 if you're Wes.
Harley Quinn. Doris Harley Quinn.
And of course, check us out on November 1st when we stream for 24 hours to support the children on twitch.tv/derailed. Today, we're going to talk about the dogs.
Dogs.
No, we're going to talk about.
You like
do you want to do food, the food guy, or the depression
Food guy.
first?
Yeah. Well, no. Depression first, food guy last. End on a high note.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing? Itching your foot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My foot, yes.
Would I say anything? You say yeah. Are you petting a gremlin? Yeah.
Whatever it is you like. Coming to America. Never seen it?
I have.
Okay. Joke fits in.
Give me that nut. Do you know that song? Give me that nut. You don't. Okay, so I take antidepressant, anti-anxiety medicine. We've talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
It's a common note. It's a fact. I am weird, and I take medication to not be weird. Okay?
It's not working.
Valid. So, recently it has come to my attention that antidepressants may be placebos.
Really?
Reading a book called Breaking the Myth of the Antidepressant. What is the myth, you ask?
Mm-hmm.
The myth.
Okay. That hit the...
The myth of antidepressants is that, or of depression, is that depression is not a chemical imbalance. When you hear about depression, you always hear, or anxiety or whatever, you hear that it's a chemical imbalance. You're wired differently, right? I've heard that my entire life. That is the commonly accepted thing. And this book goes into why that actually is scientifically and factually incorrect. Depression is not a chemical imbalance. It is just a mental state that can be fixed with proper therapy and that kind of stuff. Mm. And that these medications that people prescribe and pay money for and support the $15 billion a year industry of antidepressants cause harmful side effects without actually helping you, other than the placebo effect making you feel less depressed or less anxious.
Okay.
So obviously I'm on the medication. So it's very interesting to read the book as a user of, they actually list my medication in the book.
And when you say placebo effect, you're not saying that these are sugar pills. There are actual chemicals in these pills, right? Your pills are actually something, not just a sugar pill.
I don't know. That's what the book is about.
Nobody really knows because they can say whatever. Like, you could say this pill is this.
To be fair, no. A correct answer to your question is no, it's not sugar. There is an active ingredient in it, but it may not be an antidepressant. So where I am in the book right now is they have run... So when you make a new medicine, you have to pay for clinical trials as the developer of the medicine. And then for the developer of the medicine and the medicine itself to be approved, you have to pass a certain number of successes based on the medicine versus the placebo. Your success rate has to be a certain percentage higher than the placebo effect people. And because of the Freedom of Information Act, they got a lot of these documents of all the clinical trials for Prozac and venlafaxine, what I'm on, and all this stuff. Zoloft, yeah. And basically saying that the margin of difference between the placebo and the drug effect is extremely small. Extremely small. And then basically, their beginning of the book is that they weren't even trying to. They're doctors and they're studying or whatever, and they're trying to discover something else. Just studying the placebo effect in general, end up uncovering all this stuff about the antidepressant industry and the ways that they get around these FDA agreements and all this stuff to get their stuff licensed and out there is not really fair or good or whatever. So I didn't take it today, right? I didn't take my medication last night, and then I just took it. So I went, a night without it, a day at work without it for the first time in 4 years.
Because I was going to say, like, you would tell me if you missed your pill by like a couple hours, it'd start to hurt.
Yep.
So how did you handle today? And let's start with last night. How was last night?
I slept fine.
How was today at work?
Groggy. I definitely felt like off center. Like I'm normally here, but today I was like right here. Everywhere I was like going to reach for something, and I would like, just weird. I felt foggy. Like it literally felt like I needed to like.
Did you feel, because when you first started telling me about this, when I first met you, did you get any of your anxious feelings, your anxiety?
No. But I got scared enough. So here's my deal. I got scared enough of reverting back to who I was that I took it tonight. I cannot function the way that I used to with depression and anxiety. I cannot be that person. It's worth it. It's worth it to take the medicine, placebo or not.
And the best way for you to like test if it truly is would to go like a week without it, but not.
I would have to flush it from my system.
Yeah.
And then start taking it again. But somehow it would have to be unbeknownst to me that it was switched with the placebo. So somehow Becca would have to find a pill that looked exactly like it but was fake, and then switch it completely without me knowing it. Like for sure, because what happens in the clinical trials with antidepressants is that they break blind, right? So you do double blind tests where the patient doesn't know what they're getting and the doctors don't know what they're giving them, double blind.
Yeah.
But because the placebo doesn't have as severe side effects as the medication for antidepressants, like nausea, sleepiness, forgetfulness, blah blah blah. So if you're in there, right, and you're like, here's your pill, right, and then you take it and you start to feel dry mouth, you start to feel all the things that they said were going to happen, you'd be like, cool, I got the medicine. You broke blind. So what they found is that 89% of people broke blind, both patients and doctors. They could tell whether they were on the placebo or not.
Damn.
Yeah. So what they had to do was use like medicine that wasn't for antidepressant. It wasn't antidepressant. So they had to use medicine that was for like gaseousness or like I have like bowel movements or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, but had similar side effects to antidepressants.
So
when they would give them the antidepressant and the non-antidepressant, they would feel the side effects, and then they would actually be able to see whether they got better or not.
So essentially, initially had to do two different double-blind studies because the first one was completely fucked up.
Everyone broke blind. The fucked up thing is the medicine that wasn't an antidepressant but had similar side effects had the exact same amount of helpfulness. So basically, because the side effects were similar, the side effects had more to do with making people feel better than the actual medicine.
Okay, so I have a question for you then. If it were to ever come out to light that every one of these antidepressants were placebos, they flat out said that to you, But knowing the fact that you don't want to feel like that,
Mm-hmm.
would you continue to take them?
That's a really, really hard question.
Or would you try and find a different alternative? Would you, because we talked about this a little bit before this, would you go into therapy? Would you find a therapist full time? Once a week type?
Maybe, probably. It's just nice to have people to talk to about it, you know? So, probably. But, man, I don't know. I just don't know.
Because, yeah, you would tell me, like, there would be days where you can't do anything.
Right.
And
Yeah, it was debilitating anxiety.
yeah, and these pills, positive or negative, placebo or not, have helped you.
So, like, side effects or not, I'm going to continue to take them. One, because I pay insurance through my work and I don't pay for the pills, so...
Yeah.
There is that. I'm assuming it would be a different story if you had to pay for that out of
Yeah,
pocket.
they're $80 bottles
Jesus.
that I just
How long
get
does
for
it-
free.
A month?
Yeah, 30 pills.
Okay.
It's like $76.80 or something every month. But insurance covers it, so I take them. Why the fuck not? Is my
it
answer.
helps.
Yeah.
Like, if it ever gets to a
The
point...
fucked up. I mean, I believe the evidence though. I believe that people take stuff with the same side effects, and because they think they broke blind, and they're like, oh yeah, I got the antidepressant, and you really got the anti-gas medicine, and now you have dry mouth, that now you're less depressed. Like, really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that just goes in the whole brain is a super goddamn powerful thing.
Exactly. But I do not trust my brain.
Is that partly because you've lived with this for so long, your brain has more or less fucked you over more than once?
Yeah, man. If my brain needs a crutch, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I am a tree, and some of my branches are broken, and I gotta duct tape the branches back up there.
Yeah.
And like, cool. I might be an uglier tree because I got duct tape around me, but like my branches are up.
Have you... No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I couldn't even imagine, like, because some of that shit we talked about is scary.
It is. Yeah.
Have you ever looked into alternative medicine, herbal remedies, that kind of stuff?
Never.
For this?
Weed.
I'm weed.
If I was not on Effexor, because the side effects with taking this and THC is very negative, that's a very possible remedy.
And I'm
Yeah.
You
not...
don't like weed, though.
Huh?
You don't like weed, though.
I don't at all. But what does that have to do with it?
I mean, that's also part of the reason why you don't smoke. Because you don't like...
Sure.
Well, first off, to point out, didn't say smoke. I also didn't say weed. I just said alternative medicines.
Right, he said weed. But
Yeah.
I was just saying that is a very common subscription in Washington State for depression is marijuana.
Yeah.
But and you can get it on smoke, edibles, oil, that
Yeah,
kind
exactly.
of crap.
Yeah,
It is for anxiety, too.
exactly. So, I could try.
But I'm not saying... I'm not telling you to stop. Keep doing whatever is helping you out, man.
I'm going to finish the book. I'm just saying that's fucking interesting. I love shit like that.
I have to ask, have you researched the authors of the book?
Yes. So, respected MD got, both of them have their PhDs.
Okay.
They've been in the medical industry for 20 plus years. So, yeah, and they start off the book by saying we're going to be very unbiased. We're going to display what we found in our experiments, and everything that we claim is going to be backed up by a fact.
Okay.
So that's all I need. As long as you're just not saying things,
Yeah.
and then like,
Or
are you going to prove that, or like what makes you think that?
see, my thing, honestly, because of all of these medical stories you read about, the pharmaceutical industry is bad. Honestly, they're trying to sell you something else.
Right.
Again, something alternative.
Yeah.
But if they're just literally presenting you, here's what we found.
So, Louisa at work is who brought it to my attention.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about it, and I was like, I need my medicine. And she was like, you need your medicine? That doesn't sound good. And I'm like, you're right, that doesn't sound good. So that's why I didn't take it today, to prove to myself that I'm not a fucking addict. That
Yesterday, not today.
Yesterday, I need my fucking medicine.
Yeah.
And, yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. I love seeing both sides of stuff, though.
Yeah.
Like, totally
You want
interesting.
all of the info.
Because I'm on the medicine, And I'm a person who believes that like ibuprofen and Tylenol and all that shit is fake. I totally don't think that does anything. I think it's totally placebo. I'm 100% believe in the power of the brain, but I'm a hypocrite because I take medicine for my anxiety. Because I don't trust my brain.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I hate being stuck on one side. Like I'm always.
How do you feel about like when you have migraines and stuff, and you end up taking like Excedrin or something like that?
I think that it'll help me.
Yeah.
Because I think that if I don't take anything, I'm stuck.
Yeah.
But I don't think that shit does anything either.
Right.
I can at least vouch for Excedrin specifically because it contains caffeine.
Sure, but
It's the only one
your
that makes
head,
me feel better.
Because it has caffeine.
But because it's worked before,
Yeah.
you think I'm taking this is gonna work, and your brain makes it work.
Well,
Yeah.
Caffeine headaches are like lack of caffeine is a thing.
That's why Excedrin does so well, is because of the caffeine. We are so used to caffeine, energy drinks, coffee, and soda. That's a huge part of. I'm assuming was a huge part of all of our diets.
Caffeine is a drug, so you're going through withdrawal and you get a headache.
That
Yeah.
I personally believe that some like ibuprofen and Aleve do work, but
I'm not saying they don't work. That's not what I said. I said that they're not actual medicine. They're placebos.
so the anti-inflammatory that's in there, because as much as like
I don't think it's an anti-inflammatory.
so they're lying on the label. The
Yeah.
one thing that you actually can't do, no company is supposed to do.
Because you have Advil that claims to save you from heart attacks.
Dude,
Bear.
that's what the whole
Advil, too.
whole book is about. Is that this whole industry of antidepressants is saying that it's a serotonin inhibitor and it's actually a gastric, repellent. That's what the whole book is about, is that they're straight up lying. And I've read tons of stuff before that in high school about ibuprofen and those types of medicines, and like they don't actually do anything. When you test these in double blinds, they don't actually do anything. It's this. And that's the little stuff. And that's why it was easy to believe, because it's like, oh, I take this when I have a headache. Oh, I take this when I have my period or whatever. And when it gets brought into antidepressants, it's like, that's fucking crazy.
See, I don't think Midol works. That's one of the things where, like, I think it's fucking stupid. I think that's
But
marketed.
that's, again, I'm not
especially-
saying that these don't work. I'm
But
saying
see-
that they do work. It's the reason that they work, is what I'm
I
saying.
don't think they work at all.
That's fine, yeah. That's what you're saying. I just wanted to be clear because you both said that they work, and I understand that they work. I'm just saying that's not what I'm saying. Just wanted to be clear. Food review. So, anyways, I'm depressed, and I'm reading the book, and I'll keep you updated. Questions? Comments?
Nope. I understand
Concerns.
what you're talking about.
There is a goddamn YouTuber out there. Part 2. This is part 2 of Piece of Schmidt. There's a goddamn YouTuber out there named The Report of the Week. And he's hilarious. And he breaks every rule I know about being successful on YouTube. He has 325,000 followers. Subscribers.
Why?
I don't know.
What are his videos?
Fast food reviews.
Mm-hmm.
So he started out as a little kid reviewing energy drinks. So here's his gimmick. He personally, this isn't even a gimmick. This is just him. He likes to dress fancy. He combs his hair to the side. It's all wet. He wears a suit and a tie or a trench coat or a blazer. Like, he's always dressed like he's going to a Wall Street meeting and he's going to sell $1 million. Always.
Okay.
Just in his daily life.
Mm-hmm.
As a kid, he starts doing these videos of energy drinks, reviews, Red Bull, Monster, all the new energy drinks. He pours it into a nice fancy cup, puts on his webcam, does a little video that's like terrible quality, and he's just awkward as fuck. And it's enthralling for some reason. Okay, so then he's like, this is getting kind of popular, but not everyone drinks energy drinks. What does everyone eat? Fast food, eventually, right? So he starts reviewing fast food. First episode he does as a little kid again is McDonald's. He gets a cheeseburger, he gets a small fry, and he gets a little 4-piece nugget. And he just eats it and then says what he thinks. So now he's got 6 years later, he's got 325,000 subscribers. He's been on Tosh.0. So I didn't know this. I wanted to see what the queso burger was like at Wendy's.
Ugh.
The queso burger. Okay?
Yeah.
So and it's my cheat day, and I'm like, oh, do I want to go to Wendy's and Friday? I don't know. Let me see what someone else thinks. So I go on YouTube and I'm like, blah, 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 review. And I'm like, he's like the 5th video down. And I'm like, he doesn't even have, so you know how like I put a lot of time into our thumbnails and like they have borders and a little thing? It's just him looking at the camera with a queso burger like this. Not even smiling. And he's all fancy and he's got a big head and a little body. He's super skinny. And I'm like, I have to watch this. Who the fuck is this kid? And so I click the video and it just starts. No intro. It's just like in his car. And he's like, hello, everyone. This is Running on Empty Food Review. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy is fucking weird. And he's long fingernails and he takes he introduces everything about here's what's in the sandwich. It's got queso, it's got blah blah blah. He's like, you know what's in it? I know what's in it. So here it goes. The queso burger from Wendy's going in. Every time he does that, going in. The new potato Rito from Taco Bell going in. And then it's silent for 2 minutes while he eats. He just eats in his
Like
car.
uncomfortably sad.
And he's just like, and you see him look around. Sometimes he looks at the camera. Then he analyzes the food.
He shows you after he takes a bite.
He takes a bite. He calls it the cross section. He takes a bite and then he goes, shows you the cross section, and then and he's like, two more bites.
If
And
there's
it's just
dipping
silence.
sauce, he takes a pause.
Yeah, and it's just silence.
Okay.
And then he reviews the food. It is so fucking funny. He has these tics, these mannerisms, these things that he does. He's super New Yorky. He's got that New York accent. And he's just this little skinny, awkward kid with long fingernails. And he reviews fast food. And it's amazing. And I want to meet him someday.
Did you try the queso burger?
He did.
I almost vomited.
Apparently it's bad.
So
he said that too.
Your review, it stopped you from getting a terrible burger.
Yeah, he was like, it's not that good. There's too much. It doesn't. That's it. So I didn't get it, and then he eventually got it and said it wasn't good. So I was like,
So bad.
sweet.
But
There's a new Taco Bell potato Rito, beefy potato Rito that I think I'm gonna go get after this podcast.
Oh, nice. Sounds good. Ow.
Oh man. So yeah, check him out. Free publicity for Report of the Week.
It
Also, he
is.
doesn't say his name. He goes, "This is Report of the Week."
Yeah.
His name is the Report of the Week. And every time, hello everybody. This is Running on Empty Food Review.
But he doesn't even title his videos when they're on empty food review.
Yeah, exactly. He just says Running on Empty, but the title of the
So
video
he's
is
just
never
awkward enough for people,
to be
like it.
likable.
and then, people.
Becca.
You probably
It's officially cheat day.
Is it really?
Is it midnight?
Oh, it is. I don't
Holy
want to
shit!
taste
I'm
it.
so glad we're not doing Traveler's Chat
Yeah.
tonight. You gotta watch it.
6
You'll
a.m.
you'll
comes
watch
quick.
it for hours, because he reviews everything. You can go back and be like, oh, I wonder, did he eat the AM Crunch Wrap when it first came out at Taco Bell? Oh, yep, he did.
Yeah. Taco Bell's new food item comes out next week.
Yeah. 325,000. Been on Tosh.0. And then made a little video of my experience on Tosh.0. Apparently Daniel Tosh was very nice to him.
That's good.
Interesting. I always thought Daniel Tosh would be a dude.
Yeah, and that's what he said too. He was like, I really didn't expect him to be very nice to me, but he was talking to him because Tosh showed up at the last minute, right? They build a fake set, they fly him out there, they rush him to the thing and buy him a hotel or whatever, or a hotel room, and then he shows up, and then Daniel shows up like a half an hour before they have to shoot, so he's not like there the whole time, right?
Yeah.
And so he shows up in his outfit. It's an episode where he dresses up like Guy Fieri or
Oh,
Fieri or whatever.
nice.
And so he shows up in the outfit already made and everything. And so they're talking before they're filming, and he's like, yeah, man, I've never been out to California before. I always wanted to try In-N-Out Burger, and I've never had to. And so after the show, Daniel was like, took Daniel's personal driver and was like, take the kid to In-N-Out and get him In-N-Out.
Oh, nice.
And have him try it. And he was like, yeah, that was super nice. Like, he didn't have to do that, and I was going to go to In-N-Out myself anyways.
Yeah.
And Daniel,
Did
took
he
his
review In-N-Out?
Yeah, he did.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's
So yeah, it's
cool.
nice to know Daniel was
So,
actually not that bad of a guy.
What did he review on Tosh.0 then?
A shitty Domino's. They built a fake Domino's in this studio, and he was dressed up like Guy Fieri. Fieri. Okay.
Yeah.
And they got this broccoli and Japanese beef pizza. But the funny thing is he actually liked the pizza. He's like, if they made that pizza, I would order it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Wow.
it had like this Japanese sauce on it, and this beef that's cooked Japanese style, and broccoli. It was like a normal, and like rice.
So it was like broccoli beef.
Yeah,
Pizza?
yeah, but on a pizza, and he
Broccoli.
was like, it was actually really good. He's just, yeah, it's really weird. But he's great.
I thought it was funny, the couple that I watched.
Free
And then
publicity.
I turned Katie Dito onto it, and now she's like balls deep in
Food
it.
review. Too bad there's no shirts. I went to his store, and there's no like food review
Oh, really?
shirts. It's all the best one you can get is no, there's no going in or anything. There's the Cheeto mac and cheese thing from Burger
yeah.
King.
Yeah.
There's one of those broken apart, and it just says it is what it is, which I
Yeah.
guess he said sometime. I don't know, but that's like the only thing that's. Otherwise, it's just his face.
Oh, that's weird. I don't really want
Yeah. So yeah, check it out.
Interesting. I thought it was funny.
I'll give it a try.
Thank the people for watching this week.
Thank you.
Going in.
Going in.
Thank you for joining us this week on this very brief piece of Schmidt. We're running out of ideas. Give us topics.
Taste of Schmidt.
But we want to be here every week for you. Is that you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's my chair. Squeaky chair.
Yeah, so that's it for this episode. Go to all the social medias and like and subscribe. Go to Patreon to support the show. Check us out on November 1st for the 24-hour live stream. And that's it for us. Until next week, we'll see you next week.